Here's setting up the avocado grove part 2. So previous one I was digging holes and clearing brush and digging out trees. You can see I got a whole bolsa grande of all the cuttings and branches and junk. I just got a huge mulch drop here. You can just barely see it way up there. At 2 piles, like close to 50 yards. So that should be more than enough for all this and up and around the corner. But I still got a lot of spread. But you see I got the dirt leveled, looking really good. I cleaned up this little creek bed that's seasonal. Turned out pretty cool. All the irrigation's run. But the goal is going to be to get 3 inches of mulch here. Like you can see, this is all the cuttings from the trees that I've trimmed on the property. But it would take me a long time to come up with the amount of material for all this area. So I just had a guy haul this in, big old roll off, which I got on video. I guess I should add that. But that's going to keep the weeds down. I don't intend to spray chemicals in here. But I'm also not looking to spend, a couple days a month pulling weeds either. And the weeds, as you can see, I mean, over here, they're waking up. They're trying to go nuts. So the mulch is my plan to keep the weeds down. But other part of this video, look how horrible this tree looks. And it was not my planting technique. It's actually the second week of April. A week ago we had a 30-degree overnight and it was 30 for a lot of hours. So some of these trees, depending on their placement, did better than others. Like this one right here is that surprise. And I was kind of looking at the layout. The trees up on the top, no frostbite at all. The trees right here in this row, like these two, no frostbite. I had already planned out, like our highest mountains are over here. And you can kind of tell, right? Like those are some of our higher peaks, way in the distance back there. That's where the coldest air comes from. So I really wanted to keep these protected. I figured I was pretty safe down here, but you see, good. Those are kind of in the shadow of this big oak right here. Actually, these few oaks really saved these few trees. It's very abnormal. I should be safe planting these in April, but we had a record-breaking 30-degree overnight. It was not even forecasted to be that low. Had they forecasted a freeze warning, I'd have come out and wrapped these with blankets or sheets or something, but they didn't. It wasn't even supposed to go below 35, and swinging a miss for the weatherman. But what I want to do, and then look at this one's nuked. There's a big opening right there. So I think that the cold air kind of came through. Right where that opening is right where these ones got hit. This one, this one, this one, this one, that one a little less, that one pretty bad, that one pretty bad, that one pretty bad, that one. And the further I go that way, the better they are. So what I should really do is I should go plant a couple big pine trees right here to help them protect it. And I realistically have 9 months before I should even be at risk for a freeze, and we may get 1 day at 30 a year on average. So a total bummer. Like this one's not so bad. If I look, I want to assess the damage. See how I'm green up here? Green looks good. I can cut into the flowers a little. Killed the flowers. Flowers are kind of brown, right? You notice? So it's not a real big deal. I was reading on some of the UC, University of California sites, the pruning is not gonna help that much, but I'm eventually gonna want to come through and prune everything dead. Not a huge rush, but if you look right here, nice green. So this branch is good. It just hit the flowers. So beneath the external bark, there's like the cambium. Leaves got probably killed on this one, but it looks like the actual branches are good. So bummer, but not horrible. This one though, quite a few of these. This was a lamb hoss, which took a worse hit. I was looking, if you look at this branch right here, just a slightly different zoom setting. See, right here, it turns from green to brown. So I know the green is good. I'm not sure that the brown is good. So if I do a cut right there, that's interesting. And I'm not an expert. I'm just a DIY person, but I read quite a bit and I think I comprehend it well. If you look at this one, see we got a green core, but the outer part is really brown. It wasn't like that before. So I think that cambium layer that transports the water has at least partially died. So on this branch, I really should cut back to here where it looks more green. And if you look here, tough to get the lighting right, but that's more thoroughly green with just maybe a hint of, it's kind of hard for me to even see. Just a hint of brown. I may go back just a little further. And so, as I understand it, once that cambium layer is damaged, the water won't make it past that point. So anything past that point is gonna die. So I might as well help myself out here and trim to those points. So now that one's ready for new growth. Like this one is a really good example. Right, green, 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 turned brown. So I got a pretty good prediction. That's my spot right there. And I can double check. Yeah. So it'll grow from there. Maybe I'll pull one more little piece. Similar with this, right? So on these ones, I'm going to go through and pop off the, kind of a bummer, but you know, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. The rock being, I'm at risk for freeze currently in freaking April in Southern California, which should not be a thing. The other hard place is I got summer coming. Today is 80 degrees. So literally, I'm telling you, a week ago, I had 30 degrees right here. I had the wheelbarrow, which is down there, with 4 inches of water in it, solid frozen block of ice. Then, you know, I got summer coming. It's 80 today. We're getting big time direct sun right here. So I wanted to get these in the ground as soon as possible to get them stronger, to get them rooted. What I probably should do, because it's, you know, especially because a lot of these they have no more leaves. They've defoliated. I probably should come through and whitewash these with water-based paint, which I didn't really want to do, but I might have to. So kind of a bummer, but you know, it doesn't look like I've totally lost the trees at $70 a piece. So that's nice. This would be like probably closer to like $1,000 in tree loss. This one, you can see that whole end looks pretty bad. I'll cut one where I think it's bad. Actually, it looks pretty good down there. The outside of it looks a little rough. But now, as you can see, all these are going to be exposed. So I really need to whitewash this. Other one, like I was saying about the mulch, I'm going to bring it over, get it all mulched up super nice, get it really neatened up. And I think this should be good for minimal maintenance for a while. So it's a continuation of what I was doing. I don't really want to be coming around here pulling weeds like this. These are ones that I actually killed last year. I did spray Roundup. I'm not a huge fan of Roundup, but to try to pull all this by hand is nuts, because they're just starting to wake up now. This whole thing would be strong, intense weeds. So hopefully this mulch brings that to a minimum, and I can just, you know, come back here once a month and knock it out in a couple hours. I'll be happy with that. So a little sad, but it's an update. And like I said, that 40 plus, between 40 and 50 yards, I got a really good deal on that, $550. It's a lot of money, but there's supposed to be a lot more. So I'll update when that's done in a part 3.